You ate the same way you always do. You worked out. You drank your water. You did everything right. And you gained 2 pounds overnight. So naturally, you did what any reasonable person does, you spiraled. You questioned every meal from the past week. You considered if maybe bread is actually the enemy. You downloaded a calorie tracking app at 11 p.m. and typed in, "Is bloating permanent?" into Google like a person who has completely lost the plot. And then 4 days later, those 2 pounds were just gone, without you doing anything differently. Here's what nobody told you in school, in any magazine, from any fitness influencer with a meal plan to sell you. Your body weight is not a fixed number that responds only to calories in and calories out. It is a dynamic, hormonally orchestrated system that fluctuates predictably, measurably, and completely normally across a 4-phase cycle that repeats every month. You were not failing your diet. Your hormones were doing exactly what they were designed to do. But here's where it gets genuinely interesting. Once you understand what your hormones are doing and when, you can stop fighting your body and start working with it. Not just for weight management, for energy, performance, hunger, cravings, recovery, and the way your brain works. This is the video I wish existed when I was 19 and convinced I had broken metabolism. Let's actually talk about this. The 4 phases, your body's operating system. First, the framework. Your menstrual cycle is not just the week you have your period and then 3 weeks of normal. It is 4 distinct hormonal phases, each with its own biochemical environment, each affecting your metabolism, hunger, energy, and body composition differently. Most people know about maybe 2 of these. Let's do all 4. Phase 1, menstrual phase, days 1-5 approximately. This is day 1 of your period through the end of blighting. Estrogen and progesterone are both at their lowest. Your body temperature is at its baseline. Energy tends to be lower. Iron levels dip from blood loss. This is your body's reset, not a malfunction, a deliberate biological clearing. Wait, note, many women see the scale drop during or just after menstruation as the water retention from the previous luteal phase releases. This is real and measurable, up to 2-5 pounds of fluid shifting in a matter of days. Phase 2, follicular phase, days 1-13, overlaps with menstruation, continues after. Estrogen rises steadily as a follicle develops in preparation for ovulation. This is the phase that feels like someone turned the lights back on. Energy increases, mood lifts, brain sharpness improves, and here's the metabolic key. Insulin sensitivity is at its highest during the follicular phase. Your body processes carbohydrates more efficiently. Muscle glycogen storage is optimized. You can work harder, recover faster, and carbohydrates genuinely go further during this window. Weight tends to be at its most stable and often lowest during late follicular phase. This is your body at peak metabolic efficiency. Phase 3, ovulation, around day 14. A brief but hormonally significant event. Estrogen peaks sharply. A surge of LH, luteinizing hormone, triggers egg release. Some women notice a slight mid-cycle weight increase here, minimal, brief, often just fluid. Many also notice a peak in energy, confidence, and physical performance. Elite female athletes have begun timing their training peaks around ovulation for exactly this reason. Your body is literally at its most anabolic point of the month. Phase 4, luteal phase, days 15-28 approximately. This is where it gets complicated. Progesterone rises dramatically. Estrogen has a secondary, smaller peak, and then both hormones drop sharply in the final days before menstruation, triggering PMS symptoms for many women. The luteal phase is the hormonally dense, metabolically demanding phase that most weight and diet advice completely ignores. And it's the phase that explains almost every mysterious weight gain complaint that women bring to doctors who then tell them to just eat less. Let's spend some real time here. The luteal phase, why you gain weight, crave everything, and feel like a different person. The luteal phase deserves its own documentary, honestly. Your resting metabolic rate increases. This is not widely known, and it should be. During the luteal phase, your basal metabolic rate, the calories your body burns just existing, rises by approximately 100-300 calories per day compared to the follicular phase. Your body is preparing for potential pregnancy. It runs hotter, works harder, requires more fuel. This means your calorie needs are genuinely higher in the second half of your cycle. The hunger you feel in the 2 weeks before your period is not weakness. It is not emotional eating. It is your body accurately reporting that it needs more energy to run the progesterone-dominant physiological environment. Ignoring this signal and eating the same as the follicular phase doesn't make you disciplined. It makes you underfueled, which elevates cortisol, which worsens PMS symptoms, which compromises sleep, which then drives more cravings for high-sugar, high-fat foods the next day. The restriction spiral is real, and it is self-defeating. Insulin sensitivity drops. The flip side of the follicular phase efficiency. During the luteal phase, insulin sensitivity decreases, particularly in the final week. Carbohydrates are processed less efficiently. Blood sugar fluctuates more dramatically. This is why carb-heavy meals that felt fine 2 weeks ago now leave you feeling heavy, inflamed, and oddly unsatisfied. This doesn't mean avoid carbohydrates. It means the type and timing of carbohydrates matters more in this phase. Complex carbs, fiber, protein-paired meals, more stable blood sugar, better energy, fewer crash-driven cravings. Progesterone causes water retention. Progesterone is natriuretic. It signals your kidneys to retain sodium. Sodium retains water. This is the bloating. This is the scale jumping 2-5 pounds overnight. This is the jeans that fit perfectly last week suddenly feeling like a punishment. This weight is not fat. It is fluid. It is temporary. And it resolves, predictably, within 1-3 days of your period, starting every single cycle. The number of diets that have been started in response to luteal phase water retention, diets built on a false premise, chasing a problem that was going to solve itself in 72 hours, is genuinely staggering. Serotonin levels fall. In the final days of the luteal phase, the drop in estrogen, which supports serotonin production, causes a measurable dip in serotonin. Low serotonin drives cravings for fast-digesting carbohydrates, not because you have no willpower, but because your brain is literally seeking a serotonin boost through the insulin-glucose pathway. The chocolate craving before your period is neurochemical, not character flaw. Your brain found a shortcut to serotonin. The solution is not shame. The solution is understanding what's driving the signal and having smarter options available that satisfy the craving with less blood sugar chaos, dark chocolate, sweet potato, oats, fruit. Cycle syncing your workouts, the evidence-based version. Cycle syncing became a wellness buzzword a few years ago, and like most buzzwords, got turned into an oversimplified aesthetic concept with color-coded journals and moon phase references that obscured the actual science underneath. The actual science is interesting and actionable. Follicular phase, higher estrogen equals better muscle protein synthesis, better glycogen storage, faster recovery, higher pain tolerance. This is your window for high-intensity training, strength PRs, HIIT, and pushing volume. Your body adapts better to training stimulus in this phase. If you're going to have a peak week, it belongs here. Ovulation, performance peak for many women. Short duration, high-intensity output is excellent here. Note, some research suggests slightly elevated ACL injury risk around ovulation due to estrogen's effect on ligament laxity. Worth being aware of without being alarmed. Luteal phase early, progesterone is anabolic, it supports muscle building, but it's also thermogenic. Your core body temperature is degrees C higher. Endurance feels harder. Heat management is more challenging. Moderate training still produces results, but performance metrics often dip, and that is normal and expected, not a sign of fitness regression. Luteal phase late/premenstrual, this is not the phase to push for new maxims. Lower intensity yoga, Pilates, walking, swimming is not wasted exercise. It's appropriate periodization that preserves recovery capacity and reduces cortisol load at an already high cortisol hormonal moment. The best athletes in the world periodize. This is just doing it in sync with your specific biology. The actual takeaway, you don't need a color-coded cycle journal to benefit from this. You just need to stop beating yourself up when your performance dips in the second half of your cycle and stop forcing high-intensity workouts when your body is clearly in a recovery-oriented hormonal state. Eating for your cycle, practical, not precious. I'm not going to tell you to eat specific superfoods on specific days. That's the oversimplified version that sells books but doesn't change much. Here's what actually matters nutritionally across phases. Follicular and ovulation phases. Your body is insulin sensitive and metabolically efficient. This is the window where higher carbohydrate intake, more intense training fuel, and slightly lower fat intake works well physiologically. Lighter foods feel good. Energy is high. Digestion is efficient. Lean into this, it's not luck, it's biology. Early luteal. Increase calorie intake modestly to match the elevated metabolic rate. Add 100-200 calories of quality food, not a reason to eat a second dinner, but a reason to not rigidly eat less when your body is asking for more. Prioritize protein to support the progesterone-driven anabolic environment. Magnesium intake matters here. Magnesium helps regulate blood sugar, reduces cramping, supports sleep, and most women are chronically low in it. Late luteal/premenstrual. This is the phase that needs the most strategic support. The goals: stabilize blood sugar to reduce mood swings and energy crashes, reduce inflammation to lessen cramping and bloating, support serotonin to reduce the neurochemical cravings. Practical moves: reduce refined sugar and alcohol, both worsen inflammation and disrupt sleep in an already disrupted hormonal window. Increase omega-3s, anti-inflammatory. Prioritize magnesium and B6, both have clinical evidence for reducing PMS severity. Eat regularly to avoid the blood sugar crashes that make everything worse. Iron, the overlooked piece. Post-menstruation, many women are mildly iron depleted. Fatigue in the first week of your cycle that you attribute to your period being exhausting is often partially iron-related. Red meat, lentils, spinach paired with vitamin C for absorption, or a conversation with your doctor about iron levels if the fatigue is significant. The scale, a guide to not losing your mind. Given everything we've covered, here's the practical guidance on weighing yourself. Daily weighing across a cycle without context is genuinely harmful to your relationship with your body. You will see fluctuations of 2-7 pounds that have nothing to do with fat gain or loss, fluid shifts, glycogen changes, gut content, hormonal water retention, and if you interpret each of those as feedback on your behavior, you will make decisions based on noise rather than signal. Options that actually work. Weekly weigh-in at the same cycle phase. Compare follicular phase week to follicular phase week 4 weeks later. You're comparing equivalent hormonal states. The data is meaningful. Monthly average. Weigh daily if you want, but look at the monthly average rather than individual days. Trends emerge. Single data points are meaningless. Learn your pattern. After 2-3 cycles of observation, you will know your personal retention pattern. When does your water weight peak? When does it release? When is your real weight visible? This knowledge alone removes an enormous amount of anxiety from the number on the scale. The scale is not broken. Your expectations of it just haven't accounted for the biology of being a cycling human. Summary: the cycle-body connection. Your weight fluctuates 2-7 pounds across a cycle. This is normal, hormonal, and not fat. Follicular phase, peak insulin sensitivity, best performance window, lowest stable weight. Ovulation, performance peak, brief fluid shift possible. Luteal phase, elevated metabolic rate, plus 100-300 cal day, lower insulin sensitivity, water retention from progesterone, serotonin dip driving cravings, all of it predictable and manageable. Food approach: eat more in luteal, your body needs it. Eat smarter in late luteal, blood sugar stability is everything. Training: push in follicular and ovulation, moderate in luteal, don't punish yourself for lower performance in the second half. The scale: compare same phase to same phase, not day to day. The diet industry built a multi-billion-dollar business on the premise that your body is a simple machine, calories in, calories out, discipline is everything. And then it sold you solutions to problems it created by ignoring the fact that you have a cycling hormonal system that changes your metabolism, hunger, energy, and weight every single week. You were never broken. You were just missing the context. Start tracking your cycle alongside your energy, hunger, and weight for 2 to 3 months. Not obsessively, just observationally. The patterns will emerge, and they will make sense of things that probably confused you for years. That awareness alone is worth more than any diet plan. Drop in the comments what phase you're in right now and whether any of this clicked for you. Like if this was the video that finally made the puzzle pieces fit. And subscribe, because next week we're going into the specific supplements that have actual clinical evidence for cycle support, not the wellness aisle noise, the real data. See you then.